In this video, we're going to talk about time dimensions. So first of all, what is a time dimension? If you take a look at the data that I've got here on the right-hand side, it's just a simple sales order detail table. So it's information about all our products, for example, total quantity ordered. If I drag that on, that becomes my measure, and you'll notice that there's a date in here. So if I show quantity ordered by date, it's going to show every single order that took place for a specific date level. Now, this is showing raw SQL dates right now. There's no organization to it other than the order in the database. So I can't do a drill down, I can't group it yearly or quarterly or anything like that. It's basically as raw as it gets. And that's where dimensions come in. I don't necessarily want to see this much data. I might want to group this up or do some kind of aggregation. And that's what you use full-time dimensions for. So you'll notice, if I expand modify date, it automatically recognizes this as a date and associated our time dimensions with it. So if I scroll down, you'll notice that there's a folder here called time dimensions. This is the same folder. It's just an easy link to it for easy access. So if I expand it out, you'll see that inside of here, we have different time dimensions available. One that organizes from year to half year to quarter to month, all the way down to day. And another one that just goes year, week number, day. And these two come with Dundas BI built in just for your convenience, but you do have the option to build your own. So expanding these out, if I wanted to see the more complex hierarchy, I simply need to replace the standard date object that I'm seeing. And now that I've done this, you'll see that I have a nice year level or further drill down automatically built into my data. Now you do have the option of editing these time dimensions or even building your own. So if you wanted to build a new one, it's just a matter of right-clicking on the time dimension, add new time dimension, give it a name, and then you can configure various options. For example, what type of calendar we use. Is it a standard fiscal or using an ISO calendar, Gregorian? What's the first day of the week for you? You can choose that. You can choose naming convention. Then what is the first month? So not everybody has their fiscal month starting in January. And then what periods do you want to actually see? So if I add year, quarter, and month, you'll see it'll automatically build a new one on the right-hand side for year, quarter, month. And the last and probably most important piece that you need to know about time dimensions is this date range option. The way a time dimension works is it creates a table and actually joins it back against that raw date information that you have. So this is telling it how big a window it needs to create that table. So the bigger this is, the worse your performance is going to be, right? If you're going all the way back to the 1800s and the most recent date you have is 2009, you're joining against a massive table with potentially every day all the way down from 1801 all the way till today. So the idea is here you want to keep this window reasonable, right? Build your dimension with a proper window based on what you know your data is going to be. So it's just a performance tip, and if for whatever reason you see an unknown appearing in your visualizations, that's because your window's basically too small, and it doesn't know what that date is, so it shoves it into an unknown category. So very easy to work with. You can attach this to any SQL date. You can even do this with OLAP if you wanted to, or Excel, just to add more organization to your data.